Hey everybody, it's Barbara, and it is time for a metamorphosis. The metamorphosis to Erin, that is. This is one of the, obviously, a new face doll that was just recently released, though we've known she's been coming for some time. So let's get right to it because this is a actual gift set doll, which is kind of hinted to by the fact that it's called Metamorphosis, which means there will be a change somehow. So, with that in mind, let me pull the doll in closer and bring adjust the lighting a little bit and bring the camera up to show you her beautiful face. She is tan complexion with brown eyes and applied lashes. Her makeup is neutral and natural, browns around the eyes, and lighter at the top, getting darker, getting toward the eye, and a brownish coral lip, which you will see repeated in her finger and nail polish as usual per FR. You will also note the first very nice piece of jewelry, which is this lovely double butterfly headband that goes beautifully with the floral motif of her dress. You will also note the new traditional, as in when you get stud earrings lately from Integrity Toys, diamond center with diamond circles, much smaller diamantes around in a circle. And she has a double wrapped braid at both the top of the braid and the bottom. It is a solid braid, so you will have a lot of hair here should you choose to take her out of it, but you will probably also have to wash her. Just to put the camera down for a second, the dress is going to close with hook and eye in the back, as will the belt. This is a full gown, which we will say a little bit more about in a second. Say a lot more about in a second. I'll just continue to turn her slowly. And hold up her hands. This is a doll that, unlike pretty much any other doll I've seen before, has come with a lot of rings. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera in closer still and show you first on her left hand. There are 3 rings. 2 solid gold bands on her pinky and pointing fingers. And then on the ring and index finger is a double ring that will just slip over the 2 closed fingers. On the other side, if I can just switch hands, so to speak. On the other side is a 3rd solid gold band, again on the ring finger, and on the pointer is one of those rings that you would think you would slip another ring into, but in this case there wasn't one that came with it, so I just left it on her finger like this. So altogether there are 5 rings, and not surprisingly no bracelets, because really the impression is supposed to be in the hands themselves. Let's talk about the dress now. I'm going to keep it here to show you that it is 2 layers. Oh, actually it's 3, I'm sorry. Sorry, here we go again. It's 4 very thin layers of material in a white and royal blue pattern. The white picks up the blue. So really there isn't a lining per se, but the layers of the skirt act as a lining. You have this very nice belt. And then, just to push it back, to show you the neckline, the neck is a royal ruffle right at, I would say, the collar. It's poofy. And even though the middle of the chest is exposed, it's not as exposed as I thought it would be. And the material is pliable, that if you're still uncomfortable with even this, excuse me, if you're uncomfortable with even that much exposure, you can push it together just a little bit more. Or maybe I'm lying. At least on one side, you can push it together a little bit more to give it a slightly more discreet feel if you want to. But I have to say, this is probably one of the nicest, truest summer gowns I've ever seen them make. And I've been collecting Integrity pretty much from the beginning. I don't think they've ever made a dress quite like this before. And I hope they make more of them. Because when they make the gowns, they're usually much more traditional in the heavy satins. This is quite lovely. This is something you would see perfectly on the catwalk of the Cannes Film Festival. That's what I immediately thought of when I saw this. And just to show you by dropping this down a little bit, it has a lovely train to it. So this is a very elegant, very soft, glamorous look to her. That has the element of the runway ready. And I do want to say also, by the way, because I nearly forgot to mention, the shoes, which again would also, by the way, be runway ready. Let's see if I can, oops, there we go. You have both a very easy strap to put on. It is not a buckle strap. It just goes over the foot, like so. And you also have the very delicate white satin ties. A very proper stiletto heel. And a tan sole. So that is the first look of this look. There is a second, as I said, which I explained would be appropriate, and this is called Metamorphosis. And what exactly is Erin going to morph into? Well, let's pause here and take a look and talk about that look. Okay, so here is Erin's Metamorphosis, from a picture-perfect Cannes look to a look that is equally runway ready, but is much more edgy. I think you guys have heard me talk many times about playability. What can you do with this doll when you change out their clothes? Do these pieces have a life outside of this one look? This is clearly an example of a gift set where the pieces are going to have a life outside of their looks. Let's start, if we may, with the top. This is a traditional bridal satin in candlelight white, as I like to call this color. It is a one sleeve look with a romantic sleeve on the left shoulder. And ruching in the bodice, which looks quite lovely. I will tell you it's a little bit tricky to close it in the back. It is not for the faint of heart. And as you notice, it is not a full bodice. It does not go all the way to the hip. It's going to end mid-drift, leaving part of the torso exposed. It creates this interesting tailing effect on the sides. And underneath that tailing is the white train, which, if you will allow me, I will turn very quickly and I will show you. Does extend quite a bit from the back. So it's a very nice look, cat hair on it notwithstanding. It's a very nice look, and if you have, as I'm sure all of us do somewhere from something we've bought or some other one-of-a-kind piece, a satin white skirt that can go with this, you've got a pretty interesting modern bride look. Not something I personally would pair with a pair of Daisy Dukes. Not my thing at all. I mean, I know this is what people wear on the runway. I get that. I also get that I don't get it. I've never gotten it, and I never will. But we need shorts. And when your choices of denim shorts are either Mattel or Side Girls, and the Side Girls shorts aren't always going to fit fashion royalty, or you go and get them custom made, it's nice that fashion royalty did this jeaned look, so at least we finally have a pair of jean shorts for the new face. And I will say this, the shoes work with the look. They are the right kind of shoes for this. It's got a mule look to it. The studs will match the stud on the shorts. It's got a high heel again. And the tan soles. And I just wanted to very quickly just see, because I couldn't remember off the top of my head, this is the back of the jeans. They do have they do have pockets, but they do not have studs on the back. And probably, again, another really nice piece that we haven't seen from them in a while, which I want to spend a moment talking about, is the diamond collar. It is a double strand choker. I have seen promo pics where you will pair the choker with the gown, which I think is a little redundant given the romantic poofy collar. I wouldn't do it this way. I would pair it with this to give it a much more glamorous look. But then again, you know, the argument can be made that because this is an edgier look, maybe you don't want to do the diamond collar and you want to do something that will give it some edge. So of course now the big question becomes, can you, if you can find it, do you get this? And the answer is you absolutely do, because even if you're not crazy about the design of this look, that the playability of it, you're thinking, I don't want to put a formal top like this, especially with a train, with a doll like this. That's totally cool. I get that. I don't want to do it either. But like I said, you pair the top with something else. You have the jeans to go with any kind of summer look or spring look that you want. Even going back to the I Heart My Little Pony looks. You've got a great pair of shoes. You got actually two great pairs of shoes to go with it. You've got the really nice, just to bring it out again to remind you, you have this incredible set of rings and a very nice headband that you can use with, again, go across the lines. I Heart My Little Pony, new face, even into some of the fashion royalty. It's going to work. Even like Mod Poppy Parker, like if they took Poppy Parker into the Californias of 67, 68, this look would work. And as always, there is the dialing hands, the pointing hands, same nail polish, extra set of hands. So this is a definite get. Erin is a definite get if you can find her. And I definitely would think you will enjoy her, and you will enjoy playing with her in many different settings. Because let's face it too, and also just to mention, because this is a big deal, her screening is such that you can put her formal, informal, day, night. It's just that kind of look that can go from day to night or from whatever kind of fashion shoot you want very, very easily. So, for me and for Erin, this is Barbara, and you are going to see me again with the next FR doll that came out just at about the same time. It is the contest winning, it's the 2016 competition winner, Alta Moda Carolyn, designed by our friend Sal. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.